What is happening?
I need more.
Chris, we need to talk about Severance Season 2, Episode 4, Buddy.
Yes.
Wow! What an episode. What a bloody episode, am I right?
What a bloody episode, yep.
Can we, focus on one thing before introducing this huge other thing? Now we got, 5 huge things that we need to,
Yep.
Not that that's a bad thing. I'm not used to it,
It's
is
a
all.
bad thing, Steve.
I'm
Just
not used to
own
good
it.
television, is what I'm saying here.
You're going to watch this show and you're going to enjoy it.
Stop crying!
Stop crying. Starts off and it's like Irving and Mark in the snow.
What's your name? What's your name?
I hope the whole episode isn't here. Like me and my wife said that, and then the whole episode was there.
Really? I like that as all outside and in the middle of nowhere.
My wife hated it. It's like she
Wow.
hated the episode. It was my least favorite.
Really?
Probably out of all the episodes, honestly.
Seriously? Let's debate it, because I loved the crap out of this one. Like I said, I didn't like that takeaway from the main story, but I've loved the things that happened, and I love the creepiness of it. There's a lot of things to pick apart.
Well, I think, my main thing was you end on a cliffhanger, and you're so excited because you're like, oh, how was, reintegrated Mark? What's going to happen? And then they just don't address it at all. And it's got more than usual of the, Irving seeing things kind of hallucinating, which me.
I knew as soon as those sequences popped up, I was like, Chris is going to hammer.
I've got my Arthur fist in my hand.
Yeah.
It was mainly those things. At the end, it's good. The last 5 to 10, again, the whole episode is not, I'm saying it's the worst of the show, but obviously I like the show a lot.
Yeah.
I think I was just so hyped for it, and it was a letdown.
Okay. Listen, I totally agree with you. And I was there with you at the first 5 minutes, because I was like, what is this? What are we doing here? But it got to a point where I was like, this is actually pretty engaging to me. And I liked how visually it was just so different than everything else. And it's a good mystery, because I was like, what's happening? What are we doing here? The story with the campfire was pretty funny.
Yeah. Because he was he said, spill
his lineage.
His lineage. And
I thought that too. I was like, is that what?
Is he just spraying and praying here? I said that to my wife, and she was like, no, you pervert. And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, I'm not crazy.
You did
I'm
the
right
slow
again.
turn to your wife and well.
Wow.
There's some interesting moments in this episode, and I actually liked that it just stayed with all 4 of them, as opposed to kind of just bouncing all over the place. And there's some really fun things that happen. They're in the woods. They got their cute little Russian outfits, and Miss Wong and Milchek got their cute little white outfits. Miss Wong plays a theremin.
Oh, yeah.
I had a buddy in college who played that, and it's really cool, super weird. I actually liked Irving's dream sequence. I know you hate those, but I thought it was real fun, him seeing the creepy little bride. He found out that Helly was an Egan, which in this episode is pretty, I don't want to say obvious, but you could tell she was very much not Helly. And then when he confronted her, he was like, Helly was never mean, my boy.
Yeah.
My boy's done it.
Wait, so how did he figure out, she was an Egan?
Okay, so there's a couple things. When he wasn't in that dream sequence, he was, onto her because she just, wasn't acting like Helly. Mark couldn't see it because he had googly eyes for her.
Yes.
Dylan couldn't really care less, but Irving knew that something was up, and then they had that little conversation in the tent, and he could, there's a very subtle moment that happens where Helly gives him a look. All right, he's onto me.
Yeah.
And then when he had that dream sequence, if you pause her, he sees the screen, the MDR screen, and it spells out Egan, and it has a face of Helly.
I saw the face. I guess I wasn't looking at the letters.
Yeah, the letters kind of spelled Egan.
So the little zombie girl showed him the way.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that's one of the 4 tempers of Kier. It's woe, because they're in Woe's Hollow and all that. I don't know where that will go, but I liked the imagery of it. I like that creepy little... It's creepy, I liked it. A little jump scare here and there. It was nice. Yeah, like you said, the last 5-10 minutes, bloody chef's kiss. I thought it was great. Irving, he doesn't really have anything to lose because he doesn't got Bert anymore.
Yeah, he's so lonely.
He's hell-bent on exposing him, and he's dunking Helly in the water, and it's very tense. And when she's like, do it, Seth.
Yep.
And then he's like, do it, Seth. I was like, oh,
yeah,
boy.
Do it. You get him, Irv.
Yeah. Just like the last episode. It's given me Lost vibes. Everything's ending on a cliffhanger.
Yes. And then the next episode, they're not going to address it.
I swear, if they do that, I'm I'm going to lose it. Again, I don't hate it for that reason. It's just like, I love it so much that I want to see more, is what I'm saying. There is actually another thing I thought was pretty interesting. So we know that Helena has been here the whole time, right? Ever since Helly has been like under, I guess, not present. So she went from speaking at that Egan event to being dunked underwater. So we have to remember that. So that whole thing, she's probably freaking out. And there's also another thing to mention that Helena had relations with Mark in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a lot going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Any Mark is now like falling in love with Helly, but it's not Helly, it's Helena. And Helena is actually like kind of falling in love with any Mark. So there's bloody
I know.
triangles, squares, trapezoids, love going on, and it's very intense. Also, implications of if somebody gets pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm raising my eyebrows because what's going to happen there?
I don't know.
Yeah, all this to say, I really liked this episode. I liked that it was in a different location. Just liked how it sets things up in a way that you're counting down the days to next week, you know. Is this the end of Irv? Also, what's going to happen when he's out? He's just like there? Is he going to recognize Helena Egan? You know, there's just so many questions, Christopher. There's so many questions. I don't know what to do with my life anymore.
Again, like, I didn't hate it. I definitely liked the end of it. I was just more annoyed, I guess.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching these highlights of our episode of the Stale Popcorn Podcast. If you want to listen to the full episode, check out the links in the description. Please like, share, and subscribe, and if you do that with your favorite YouTuber, I'm sure they would appreciate it too. Thanks, and have a great day.